when presented with disquieting thoughts or feelings, cultivate an opposite, elevated attitude. So the first thing of the sutra is to recognize what the disquieting thoughts or feelings are. So it's sitting in that seat of observation within yourself and acknowledging, like, this is actually what I'm feeling, and calling it what it is, right? Instead of just kind of blocking and putting up the roadblocks and thinking that we're protecting ourselves or shielding ourselves from feeling it, when really all we're doing is pushing it down into our body and creating a blockage within ourselves of energy. And who really wants that, right? We don't realize we're doing it, but if we did realize we were doing it, we wouldn't do it. So anyway, it's first acknowledging what is it that you are feeling. So, and then what's the opposite of that, right? So you acknowledge what it is that you're feeling, and then you're like, okay, well, what's the opposite of that? I myself, I'm going to be honest here and totally vulnerable with you, but I have been feeling a lot of fear. That's what I am feeling, fear. I am fearful of being around people. I am fearful of getting this COVID. I am super fearful. And so I sat and I was thinking about it today, and I was like, okay, well, what's the opposite of fear? And I honestly couldn't come up with it. And so I Googled it. And Google told me that the opposite of fear is curiosity. Because with fear, we like to kind of push ourselves away because we don't like, I'm fearful, I don't want to be near that. So like how I'm feeling now, I'm fearful of COVID. So I'm pushing myself away from people and away from any chance of getting the virus, right? And so the opposite of that is curiosity. It's to lean in. And of course, I don't want to lean into the virus or lean into people per se, but I love that idea of actually leaning more in to the emotion that I'm feeling. So leaning more into all of the thoughts around the emotion of being fearful. And then what comes up and what shows up and what does that look like? And so then what do I do about it? And how do I respond to the emotions in which I'm feeling? And so I encourage you, right? So just presented with disquieting thoughts or feelings, cultivate an opposite, elevated attitude. So what are you feeling? What are you feeling today, right now? What are you feeling? Before, maybe right now you might feel yummy and good, but before you showed up for yoga tonight, what were you feeling? What showed up for you? And then what's the opposite of that? And how can we cultivate the opposite? And basically make a shift, change our perspective. Love that.